And we're back with another episode of Slay the Princess the Pristine Cut. Part 4, I think? Sorry. So last time we did Happily Ever After, the new route for the damsel. Oh, and it is beautiful. Like we're already off to a great start in terms of these new routes. Oh, so I am very much looking forward to these other routes. Like, the next one's gonna be for the prisoner. I already saw like a snippet of it in like some teasers and in the trailer, but I have no idea what's actually gonna be like. Anyways, I want to ask, what do you think of this vessel?
This one is a songbird in a cage of gilded shadows. She will make for an honest heart.
Ain't that the truth?
Do not mourn her. She has finally learned to sing for herself.
Right, it doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me.
It says that your
I don't know what it
heart
says
is
about
gentle,
me either.
that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Yeah, I'm still reeling in from the... Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Have you figured out what you'll want when we're finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
That's a little hypocritical, or at least it will be. So you don't have any preferences on how you like to grow or change?
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh, an honest heart. Okay. That's right, this is the first new vessel.
You make your way. The interior.
Okay.
You take the blade. The door.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Alright, we're gonna do the prisoner next, and again, like last time,
You walk
I
down
have
the
no
stairs
idea
and lock
how I'm
eyes
gonna
with the
do it. Like,
princess.
I mean,
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the
at least a
basement.
few, but nothing
She's
concrete.
so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the work? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Why would you even think that?
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. It's fine.
Let's drop it this time.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Alright, let's talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Oh, and I just realized...
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
I just realized some... Okay, I might have confused the skeptic for the stubborn. In a previous video, I realized the mistake I made. Okay, so a relationship. Are you coming on to me? Sorry.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Anyways, how would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter. How is saying no a lie? Or, oh, wait, actually.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Oh. Okay, we talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
I don't get why the option
You know
to
why you're here.
tell her... I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains, bind they're large and heavy.
If you don't have the key,
I skipped
maybe
them
you should go
because
looking
I've already
for
seen
it.
them.
I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful.
Alright.
I'll be here.
I much prefer when the nice princess...
You attempt to make your... Is someone else here?
Hey, let me out of here!
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You try the door. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
For some reason he doesn't say that when it's like the nice princess.
You make your way back to the bottom. Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't
She
they?
looks so unenthusiastic.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happened.
Let's save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the
And now she
princess's
doesn't have
arm,
blood on her
just
face,
above the
but
massive, unyielding chain.
It's still...
You
They're
cut
still
into
cutting
her
her hand
flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting
Fierce
your eye.
gaze, huh?
How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yeah.
No, we won't have as the Wait, watch me.
Oh, the option to slay her is
Stop that.
not present.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the
Well,
princess
that's
swiftly
because,
moves
like,
out
you
of the
can't
way
make-
before you can connect.
Make choices that lead to the same route.
Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist
The
further.
blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
He sounds a little
Maybe I'll see
frustrated.
you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Yeah, not
Her
nearly
face
as
remains
romantic as the
unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Alright, chapter 2, The Prisoner.
Your Honor?
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth.
Oh yeah, you were
There's got to
simply
be a
missed
way out of it,
one
for
the
us
last
and for the
routes.
princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as
This
trying to
might
help
go
her
a
goes,
long
need
time,
I
too.
remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large?
I'm pretty good at
I
keeping
told you
it
about
under
the
an
stakes
hour.
of this situation
At least
less
around
than a
an
minute
hour,
ago.
Man, these go on for way longer than I thought they would. This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing really... It just happened.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Granted, I know I've already did this option before, but it's just... It's a little more interesting with, you know, the skeptic.
Those are two... Let's say, if you're back here, the absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting. But this is a thought experiment, so I... sure you are. Any,
You know,
what
I'm
do you
just
mean?
gonna skip ahead to the best part.
Just be... You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right? What proof could you possibly ask for? Literally anything. Fine. Check your pockets.
It's just the idea that the protagonist has pockets, even though he's like a giant bird man, is just funny to me for some
Put
reason.
your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front. Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth." That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side. You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to? Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
I mean, that was a little pointless, but I just thought it was really entertaining.
Great. Now if... A warning. She will lie. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the
that
princess.
gets me every time. The skeptic, he's a good voice.
The interior of
Here
the
we
cabin
go.
is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is...
Yeah, the blade is your intimate, and you'll need it if you want to do this right. And again, like last time, I have no idea how we're gonna even get to this route, so I'm just gonna proceed and hope for the best. And also, I wonder, can I still... First test.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation, and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon. Are you sure? She killed us with it last time. What if she turns it against us again? Yes, I'm sure, and I've already got a plan for that. Still with those past life delusions, are we? I hope part of that plan is don't give the world any monstrosity your only weapon, because unless you've decided to arm the princess, I don't think you need to worry about her having a weapon. Peachy, we'll be fine. Okay, I'm trusting you.
Hey, don't I get a say here? What's the big idea?
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go. Wonderful. You do exactly that, sweeping the blade from the table before proceeding to the basement. Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on.
Okay, so that's still the same. I was hoping you have the option to not take the knife in general,
revealing
but
an old
no,
stone
the
staircase.
skeptic gets his
A
way.
few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you,
She
the
looks
heavy collar
weird
around
from
her
this
neck
position.
clanking loudly as she moves. The
She
chains
looks a lot
binding
better
both
once we
her
get
wrists
close
to the
to
far
her.
wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. So much for cutting her out of here. Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless. That was there last time too, wasn't it? It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Now, let's sit with her for now. I think
You
the
step
option to
towards the
leave the
princess,
basement still
but she
shows
stops you
up in
before
the
you get too
dialogue.
close, holding up one shackled hand.
See, looks
There's
so much
fine.
better up close.
I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit to where you're told.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
My intentions? What do you mean?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
I remember that
Maybe
route.
she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
But we're not going to do it
Unless she
today.
really could survive.
We're going to do the new
Though I
route.
suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles.
This is why I like the skeptic. He's very
I needed you to believe this was
critical
your
of what
first
the
time
narrator
here,
says.
even if that wasn't the truth.
calling him out
Hoped if
on
I
his
pushed back hard enough, I could
hypocrisy
cram
and
this
BS.
seeping mess back into the bottle. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't.
That's a good line.
I get it.
Like,
It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first
to
version of
actually
yourself.
acknowledge his.
At least we can remember what happened before.
It's nice that to see
Seems
him
like we should count
not
ourselves lucky for that.
egotistical, is what I'm
Exactly,
saying.
he gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
I find that concept funny, how we were just sitting here with our thoughts. Anyways, what happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And
See
now
that?
you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea
Hey,
why
there's a lot of
or
talking
how.
here. We might end up going over an hour. Anyways, how am I supposed to cut you out? If you didn't notice, your head is in a shackle too.
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that. She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't. Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
That's a little biased.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
I'm not giving you a weapon.
The last time we met, your body tried to kill me. If you take a moment to imagine yourself in my position, I think you'll understand why letting you near me with that thing is untenable.
Untenable. Use words I understand.
So, be a good bird and hand it over.
And don't sound so condescending.
And if being nice
too.
isn't enough motivation, well, I think you're aware that I'm not afraid to resort to violence. If you come near me with that thing, I will strangle you with these chains.
She doesn't beat around the bush, does she? Yes, it's almost like she's a fundamentally bad person who wishes to inflict pain on others. Or it's another bluff.
No hard feelings, of course, but you should be aware of my position.
You realize that I have as much reason to distrust you as you have to distrust me, right?
I do. So I guess this all comes down to which of us caves first. And it's not going to be me.
Oh, almost
I'm
30 minutes
extremely patient.
It's probably better if we take action anyway. No use trying to wait her out. That's playing to her strengths.
You're the one in chains. If anyone should be negotiating here, it's you, not me.
Usually you'd be right. But this isn't exactly a usual situation. I'm not someone you can wait out. We've already been over this. I'm more patient than you'll ever be.
If you're so immovable, well, then I'm going to leave you here. Bye!
I think you'll regret this.
The door locked behind us the last time we tried that, remember?
Is it gonna lock behind us this
As
time?
if by divine will, just as you finish the thought, you hear a door slam. I'm afraid you won't be leaving until
Now,
the
let's
task
see
is
if my
finished.
theory proves correct.
Doesn't matter how many chains she's in, without your intervention, she'll find a way out eventually. That's not fair. Unless you deal with her right here, right now, she will remain an existential threat to the entire world. What seems unfair to you is fair for everyone else.
Yeah, right.
So it's not even safe to think. I see how it is.
I told you that you'd regret saying that, but I didn't think you'd regret it so fast, and with so little effort on my part. I guess we're stuck together.
Are we, though? Okay. Hey, let me out of here. Open
You
the
have
door.
everything you need to deal with her and save the world. I'm sure the door will open as soon as you finish your incredibly important task. Doesn't sound like we'll be able to talk him into letting us leave. Yeah, not a chance. He's single-minded about this. But don't worry. There are plenty of things that aren't in his control. Oh, for instance, us. Her. But mostly us. If he didn't have his limits, we wouldn't be here. Not like this.
The the other chain on the wall. Who's it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Ambulatory. More words I don't get. Okay, wow, I thought that, like, once you were out of options, you'd, like... You know what, if you don't give an out, then I have no choice but to slay you.
That attitude is exactly why I don't trust you to get close while you're holding a knife.
We're already 30 minutes in.
If that's
and I don't know
unacceptable
how
to you,
proceed.
then try me. See what happens.
She sure was quick to threaten you, wasn't she? Stop hesitating already. You know you can't trust her. Both of them are using the same argument. It's not making it any easier to pick a side.
Like, I thought you would, like, kill yourself, but... Okay. Wait, what? Okay, we're back. So,
Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade.
Okay,
I feel exposed without it.
okay, I finally
With your
found a
work
way
done,
to
you remove the
get the
blade from the
ending,
princess's
but
corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the
feels
door to
weird.
the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here. The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty. The door. Check the door. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows. But if everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward? This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have
eternity
it.
of nothing.
And I suggest that you have it. Okay. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Like hell it is.
I was kind of hoping we'd get a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No, this is the beginning of eternity. Your reward, like I just told you. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win.
What do you suggest then?
We still have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over. He's suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
I don't want to die again. I didn't like dying last time. I'm going to accept my reward now.
That's great. Congratulations.
Okay, once
You've
we
earned
get
it.
to that point,
More
I'll
happy time
explain
passes,
how I got the
though
new route.
the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. He's just saying things. The voice's protestations fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. forever.
The good ending.
You stop that. Stop all this nonsense. You really don't want to be
Another reason why I
happy, do
love
you?
the skeptic.
You know what you have to do.
He doesn't let you accept the BS good ending. Okay, now here's the part where I was able to get the new route. Is there really no other way? Because I don't want to use the blade on myself.
If it makes it easier for you, I can do it. Let me have it.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the exact way, but by giving the voice, the skeptic, the blade, you get the new route to the cage. Now, I haven't actually seen the route, I just know its name now.
Alright. I'll make this quick. You goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose? Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already got what you want?
I'm gonna have to cut out some footage, because it's just...
I don't have to answer
time.
that. That's all we needed to hear.
That's a problem for future Sean to worry about.
Fine. The little voice raises the pristine blade to your throat and cuts it open. You rapidly bleed out and then you die. You're a genocidal maniac. You know that, right? Yeah, we'll see about that.
Chapter 3, The Cage. The new route.
You're on a path in the woods. See? All done. That wasn't so bad, was it, buddy? But it was so bad. I don't like
The broken
dying.
again.
I don't like being cold and alone in the dark.
Look at all these chains.
I don't think anybody likes dying, but hey, at least it's over. We got better. And now we can move on. Things will work out this time. I know it. Oh, don't coddle him. For all we know, we'll have to die hundreds of times to get to the bottom of things. Maybe even thousands.
Are those crosses?
He needs to toughen up. Toughen up? You're both freaks. I'm normal. A normal person gets traumatized from dying. And from having to listen to someone cut her own head off. Those sounds
I wonder if those
still
change
echoing in my ears. Hold on, did you say thousands? How can it possibly take us thousands of lives to find a way out of it?
I just... Getting this route was confusing, like... Even still, I have no clue how I actually got it. I might need to look up if there's like a specific guide, because... I was just throwing stuff at the wall until I found something that stuck.
Obviously, we need a large sample size in order to figure out our optimal plan.
This isn't gonna...
We need statistical significance.
This isn't gonna lead to what I think it's gonna lead to, is it?
I'll have you know that my reality is not a data point in your misguided attempt at an experiment.
I love the way you said experiment.
You've clearly already been here before, and judging by how deranged you all are, you've already been here more than once. I'll spare you my full introduction, but I would like to remind you that the people in my world are living, breathing, suffering entities. Not pawns for you to sacrifice in pursuit of some vague truth.
Should we talk about how we still have the blade? We never started with the blade before.
Huh. I hadn't
Probably
actually
because
noticed.
we grabbed the blade both times.
Holding it's starting to feel natural, isn't it? Holding a weapon shouldn't feel so natural. It's proof that we're being guided by an unfeeling lunatic. We need to try talking to her. Oh, should we talk about our feelings? That'll get us nowhere. Trust me. They're too easy for her to manipulate, too illogical. We can't puzzle our way out of things if we listen to our heart.
I don't know. Listening to my heart has gotten me through a lot in this game.
I don't think I even need to comment on that. What a sorry,
Sorry voice you are.
Yeah, you're one to talk, Broken.
This is strange. You're not supposed to start with the blade. It says right here that
It
you're supposed to
says
find
right
it at
here.
the cabin.
Proof that he's reading a script.
I suppose that doesn't make much sense anyway. It's better if you start with a weapon, so this is probably for the best.
She died last time, and the way you decided to thank us was locking away in a happiness void forever.
So I didn't mishear you earlier. That doesn't make any sense, though. She's not supposed to be suicidal.
Okay, so I think maybe part of it is letting her kill herself with the knife.
More importantly, if she did cut her own head off, why are you here? You shouldn't have died. You should be enjoying your reward. We weren't satisfied with your happy little prison.
Yeah.
But it has happy right there in the name. It wasn't actually very happy.
It was boring.
Well, what's done is done and you're
Miserable.
here now. There's no use arguing. Just get to the cabin and settle this. Try not to kill yourself this time.
Now, I'm just curious what's gonna happen if I try this.
Are you serious? The blade is your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do things right.
Having the blade only made things worse.
Do it. She can't talk to us at knife point. That's no way to get a real conversation started.
You're all being ridiculous. Why would we disarm ourselves at a time like this? Don't you dare.
Do it.
Are you even listening to me? Does my opinion count for nothing? We're never getting out of here if you don't listen. I'm intervening. We're not tossing the blade.
You don't have to listen to him. He hasn't gotten us anywhere.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate you forcing me to take the blade. I'm in charge and I say we're tossing the blade. You had your chance last time, and we saw how that worked out for us.
Without another word, you foolishly hurl your only chance at victory far off into the woods, never to be seen again. Never to be seen again. All we did was toss it into the woods. There's nothing stopping us from picking it back up. Oh, but there is something stopping you from picking it back up. The fact that you already made your decision. As much as I'd like to turn back the clock, we'll all just have to suffer the consequences of what you've done. That's how decisions work.
You did the right thing.
Wait, no way out but through. Let's go see her.
You stand at the edge of a
This is
cliff.
creepy.
An abyss yawns
And
beneath you,
awesome.
empty and endless. The only path forward, a rusted metal bridge. The cabin looms on its far side. I think you already know what waits for you within.
It's dreary, but of course it is. We're dreary. And so is she.
I wonder if it's possible to make things right. I mean, we don't have the blade anymore.
There's nothing to find out here. Time to check in with the missus. I'm going to pretend you didn't just call her that.
The missus.
Every surface of the cabin is draped in chains. The air filled with the mock bird song of metallic clinks.
Mockbird. Don't you
Where
mean
there should be
mockingbird?
walls, you can see only endless ropes of metal, with hooks dangling from their ends.
That's so
A fitting cage for a monster, destined to end the world. There's nothing for you to do but step forward into the basement. You already foolishly threw away your weapon, but still, your objective awaits. And how are we supposed to get to the basement? I don't see a way down. All I see is a mirror.
The mirror again.
What mirror? There is no mirror. The only thing of note here is the door to the basement.
It doesn't matter. What are we going to do? Look at ourselves? I've had enough introspection. I want to see someone else. I want to see her.
So do I.
It does matter. It's obviously important. It has to be. Otherwise it wouldn't be here.
Man, on Tumblr, Abby said it was really painful drawing all these chains.
I'm not going to waste time arguing with you. Just get to the basement, okay? The door's on the other side of the room. Then, I guess there's nowhere for us to go but forward.
Yep.
You
Approach
step
the mirror.
out onto the floor. or what should have been a floor.
Oh my god.
Should have been?
We're gonna fall, aren't we?
Yes, unfortunately. You realise too late that there is no floor beneath the metal. There is only a loose web of chains suspended over some unseen
Oh no.
space.
I've seen this in the
An
trailer.
unseen space that you are now rapidly plummeting through.
The chains are gonna be seared into us.
She's bringing us back to her.
Or we just happened to fall through an unstable floor. She's a prisoner here. How much agency do you think she has?
More than you'd like, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Your fall is suddenly, painfully halted as rusty chains pull taut against your skin, their hooks digging into your muscle.
Oh, I thought that's what it looked like.
You find yourself suspended in what appears to be a vast, dark space. The glinting of
These
yet more
hands weren't in
chains
the trailer.
merely hinting at its full dimensions. You dangle a few feet off the bare concrete floor.
Oh, here we go.
If the princess
She
lives
is.
here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. As your eyes adjust to your new surroundings, you make out a figure standing in the gloom, obscured in shadow. She watches you with the stillness of the grave. Easy now. We don't know what sort of situation we're dealing with. We should let her make the first move. Let observation give us an advantage.
Interesting. Let's just do what he says.
The princess takes a slow step forward. As she does so, the heavy chains shift, tightening and tearing at your flesh, your joints screaming in
What?
agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars
Oh,
dance
they're
in your
rusty,
eyes as
too.
the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you. As your vision comes back into focus,
Does she
your
not
eyes
have a
fall
head?
on the body of the princess, finally emerged from the shadows.
Oh, her head is in a cage. Oh my
The
god.
body of the princess is a weird way to describe a person. It's only accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments
crap.
of chains, her head dragging along behind her in an iron cage. The head stares up at you but says nothing,
Oh,
and the chains squeeze ever tighter.
I think I get it now. Like, I mean, I could be wrong, but I think you have to let her cut her own head off and then try to leave without the head.
So much for talking it out. Doesn't seem like she's too interested, does it?
It's not too late. You threw away that blade for a reason. Now talk to her.
But I could have swore she had a head in the trailer. Look, I didn't even bring a knife. I just wanted to talk to you. No, what happened to you?
Nothing happened. I think I've always been like this. Outside of everything. A helpless observer
the
to
little-
the things that are done to me.
Gentle sways.
The only
society.
difference is that my eyes are finally open.
The body takes another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the hooks boring deeper into your flesh. They constrict dangerously
I'm
around
guessing I
your
have
throat.
only a few
You find it harder to
dialogue
breathe.
options.
I don't think she's happy you're here. But what do I know?
She.
I'm just a set of eyes and ears. I don't make choices. At least not any that matter.
The poor thing. She thinks it's easier to be detached. But buried pain is still pain, whether she knows it or not.
This was all doomed from the start, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess it was. She? Are you talking about your body as if it's a separate person? It's you.
That's what I used to think. But time alone has taught me the truth. I'm not my body. I'm just the thing that watches it. There's so much pain that comes from tricking yourself into thinking you have a choice. But none of us have choices. And knowing that has made me feel so... free.
God.
Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward. Your bindings tighten again.
You come to me, knife in hand.
But I don't have a knife.
That's not right. We didn't bring the knife.
Exactly. Your pattern's broke, and I'm unarmed.
But that's not right. That's not the reality I've been looking at. You shouldn't have been able to do that.
The body marching towards you comes to a lurching stop.
See?
Huh. She stopped. What is that supposed to mean?
You don't know? You're in the... You've been the one listening to me. You made yourself stop. Now you can decide to finally let me down.
You make it sound so easy. But it can't be that easy. Not after all that violent repetition. Oh.
What's that?
Suddenly, the chains loosen, the hooks sliding from your skin.
Oh.
You come crashing to the floor, and as the chains rain down around you, her body falls too. The room settles into comforting silence.
Oh my god.
No more rattling of chains. No more slow, deliberate footsteps from the princess's body. Only the soft click of the latch as it opens the door of the cage.
I'm probably weird for saying this, but her face is so cute.
So that's really all it took?
The truth was right there the whole time. We just needed to believe we were better than this. But that can't be it. It's supposed to be more complicated than that.
Sometimes it is just that simple.
I've been telling you that since the moment we got here. At least you finally decided to listen to me.
I guess you were right. It's usually the most complicated problems that have the simplest solutions. That is absolutely not how this works.
This instance
Looks
it
like
does.
we've seen through your lies at last, Mr. the Narrator.
Mr. the
If that
Narrator.
even is your real name.
Shh. Hush. Let her talk.
I want you to take me out of this place. That's all I've ever wanted.
And of
The
course,
princess's body doesn't stand, instead holding the cage aloft, beckoning you to come near. If you take her out of there, if you carry her to freedom, it's the end of the entire world. You know that, right?
It's the end of a world. Your world. But not ours. Sometimes you need to break things to build something better.
I don't think I agree with that.
Besides,
but
we already made our choice, all the way back in the woods. Nothing you
Yeah,
can do about it now.
I made my choice. There's nothing you can say,
I suppose
narrator.
not. You know, I think a part of me always knew this was doomed from the start. I'm narrating on borrowed time, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
But even if I'm doomed to go, I might as well make sure you have a proper ending. Go on then.
Okay. Take your princess from her cage.
You cautiously approach the kneeling body and extend your hand, bruised and bleeding from the trials that brought you to this point. And then you take her from her prison. She looks up at you, and for the first time since you laid eyes on her, she smiles, warmly.
I have no idea how we're supposed to leave.
But the body points, and you follow its finger to a lone chain dangling from the doorway that sits far, far above you.
I'll pull us out of here, if you just hold on.
Oh, okay.
Then let's leave. There's nothing left for us
Seems you
here.
can manipulate the chains.
I'm game. So am I. Then get on with it. You wrap your hand in the chain, holding tight as it starts to move and holding the princess close to you. Together, you rise out of the pit.
I'm sorry if I made this harder than it had to be.
That's fine.
You glance back towards the princess's body, doing its part as it hoists you up. It grows smaller and smaller, slowly disappearing back into the shadows of the basement.
No, that's not right. There shouldn't be an if. I'm sorry. I made this harder than it had to be.
Maybe she has a point, in a way. Our bodies don't matter.
Well,
We're almost there.
I think it's more like,
I can smell the night air.
we're not our bodies.
She's sacrificed a lot to get here.
We're more than our bodies.
More than we did, I think.
And then the chain stops its ascent, depositing you safely in the cabin doorway. I guess you never closed it behind you. Well, there's only one thing left for you to do.
Shall we?
You know, it's funny. All this talk about free will, and I feel like I'm locked into this outcome.
I mean, what's the alternative? Dropping me to prove a point?
Can I do that?
I hadn't even considered that. Should it be an option? Can it be?
No, it's not an option. We're not cruel for the sake of being cruel.
I might do that in a different route, but not here.
I'm joking, by the way. Please don't drop me.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna drop
It
you.
would certainly be a new data point.
You
Probably
and data
wouldn't work
points.
anyways. It'd make that perfectly good blade you threw out completely meaningless.
Yeah, but I'm gonna save. Anyway, and I'll just step into your freedom.
So you step into a world ended by your hand. What a travesty. Goodbye. It's been awful? Is he still there? I think he's gone.
Yes, he is. Which means we're finally free, I think.
Thank you so much. I didn't think this was possible, but here we are. It's a little cold out here, isn't it?
Yep, and we get another head. Anyways, well, I think I'm gonna stop here. Then after that, the finale. Well, the finale to a route. Anyways, see ya.